Hi, I'm Clayton, and this is Design, Build, Make. You know those dancing, flailing, inflatable men that you see outside of car dealerships and furniture stores? Well, I always get a kick out of them, and today I'm going to try to make a miniature one for my desk as a kind of pick-me-up while I'm at work. Before I started this project, I actually had no idea how these inflatable men worked, and it turns out it's pretty cool. It's really just a cloth tube with a blower at the bottom. The blower forces air through the tube, and this creates a low pressure area inside of the tube. When that happens, the tube kind of collapses in on itself, and this causes it to fold over. Once it's folded over, the tube actually gets a little kink in it, and this closes off the blower from the outside world. And when that happens, the bottom part of the tube keeps inflating more and more and more until it has enough pressure built up that it makes the tube stand back up. This whole process just repeats over and over again, and that's what makes it dance. So the most important thing when building one of these is making sure that the material you build it with is airtight. If not, you can't create these differing pressures that actually make it move. So we just went down to the fabric store and got some nylon. If you're making one of these, you also have to get the proportions right. Too long and it'll be too heavy for your blower, and it'll just kind of flop over and never stand up. If you make it too short, it'll stand up on its own and it won't actually create those low pressure zones to fold over or start dancing. As I started researching what I needed to do to build this, I found out that somebody already produces a tiny desktop version of these. And that's when it hit me. I should combine this with the one other thing that every desk needs. A picture of my wife. A dancing red blob is pretty cool, but having a miniature version of Nora flailing around on my desk is just way more fun. Now I just needed a 360-degree view of her that I could print onto one of these tubes. To make that happen, I stole an idea from William Osmond. He used this to make an unrolled version of his face for some wrapping paper, but it actually works really well here. The idea is to take a video of the subject spinning around at a constant speed. Then you can write some simple code to take the center column of the pixels from each frame and stitch them together into an unrolled version of your subject. It works pretty well for this, but you have to be careful that the person is always in the center of the frame and that they're rotating at a very constant speed. If not, you might get something like this. Kill me. With the unrolled version of Nora's face completed, all that was left was to cut out some of our nylon, tape it to a piece of printer paper, and just print it out with a standard inkjet printer. I did have to let it dry for a day, otherwise the ink kind of rubbed off. Once the ink dried, Nora sewed it together, and our tube Nora was ready to start dancing. I originally bought these tiny 3D printer fans to use as the blower, but unfortunately they turned out to be really weak, and so Nora didn't dance at all. But that was no problem. I dug around in our closet and found this air mattress inflator that we had. It's not quite doing the fall over and slowly stand back up thing like you see with the normal inflatable men, because this blower is just so strong, but I actually like the flailing even more. Somehow I think this is gonna be too loud at work. Clearly I needed something quieter. So I tried wrapping it around a straw and just inflating it myself. This is actually way more fun and interactive, but it does use up my lung capacity in just a few seconds. With how well this turned out, Nora asked that I make more, so we got to scanning myself and our cat Sadie. Sadie didn't really sit still, so we had to cheat a little bit. We just took a picture of her face and put it on a black rectangle because we couldn't get a good 360-degree video. Still, I think they came out pretty awesome, and now the whole family can dance together. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more like it, hit subscribe as well.